Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk plumbing bags a little bit, and partly because I have a brand new Veto bag down here we're going to talk about in a minute. I just took it out of the plastic, as well as I want to show you what my Aputure LS is looking like. We're not going to do a bag tour. This thing, you guys always say your tools look too good, all this garbage constantly. So this bag is straight off my truck. It's been on the truck for a while now. You can probably look back and see when I posted an unboxing of this bag and stuff. This is exactly what it looks like coming off the truck today. I don't even want to guess what this thing weighs right now, because as a plumbing bag, it is way overloaded. And that's what I came to this from the OT. I think it was an MC before, the small one. I thought the LC would do it, and it pretty much has. But there's been a small issue with, once you start putting some tools on there, like the enormous Swedish pipe wrenches from Knipex. I like to carry my little pipe cutter. Man, that thing's dirty today. My pipe cutter, Milwaukee M12. Just some stuff. I have some grip issues with my hands, so I had to go to one of those, and it helps a lot with cutting, you know, Schedule 40 and everything. But that is what this bag looks like right now. You can see what all is in here. There's some shower valves, all kinds of stuff. A lot more here on the back side. I'll take that one out so you can see. Man, this is heavy. But yeah, all over here we have all these larger tools, like the little pipe wrenches, the big Cobras, all this kind of stuff. And I need to add a second plumbing bag. So I finally decided I need to just do it. So enter the new one. Let's check this out and just kind of give you a little bit of a bag tour and a kind of a versus. You know me, I really like to show you guys what these bags look like side by side with similar bags, so you can, you know, make a better decision if you've been looking for one. This is the Wrencher MC, and this has been out just a little while. I think it was one of 2022's bags that came out, so I'm a little bit late to the party, but I really didn't think that I needed this. But if you notice, well, we'll get into that in a second. You'll get a nice shoulder strap with these. I don't really use my shoulder straps, especially with my plumbing bags, but you get this nice shoulder strap. They do have a lot of good padding in them. So if you do like to sling it on your shoulder and walk, they are nice for that. But usually I can get my vehicle fairly close, and if I have to go up a bunch of flights of stairs in a hotel or something, or I'll just hit the elevator and I'll take a trolley where I can just carry it all on wheels. So anyway, this Wrencher bag is just incredibly tall compared to this Aputure LS. And a lot of these tools, I carry this particular bag in the back seat of my truck, usually floorboard of the back seat. So all this stuff sticking out is not too fantastic. I have to kind of have a little forethought that I don't tear my seats up. So the idea here is we want to go ahead and grab something like this, which is the 400 Cobra. This is the big Knipex Cobras right here, 400 millimeter. And if you take these and we slide them into a pouch down in this bag, it gives you an idea how they fit just right there. And they're all the way down in there. You can see that's just in the pocket, of course. If you set them right in the bottom of the bag, they're going to barely stick out. So that is really nice. Now, these monsters over here that boy, when you actually have to pull these out, it's really nice to have when you need it. So this is the 8361020. So these are huge. This particular pipe wrench is, let's get a rough measurement anyway, 22 inches. So just to give you an idea of how tall that is, we put a 22-inch pipe wrench down in here. It's going to stick out, obviously. You can see it's sticking out, oh, a good 6-8 inches. But that is a lot better than what I'm dealing with here. And then a lot of times what ends up happening is, instead of throwing it in that bag, it's too awkward, I end up just laying it in the floorboard of the truck. And if you use pipe wrenches much, they're usually dirty. They're full of rust and grit and everything that you've torn off of an old galvanized pipe or whatever. And now you're getting that all in your floorboards and everything. And I know, I put WeatherTech mats in. I'm doing my best with this new truck, and I haven't shown it off very much, but you will see it coming up a little bit on some future videos. I've got a new 22 Toyota Tundra, all that. So that's what I'm working out of now. So it's a lot different than the way we were doing it out of the 2008. So that's why I'm being more careful. At least we got to be careful until we get a few good scratches on it, right? So anyway, that is this bag right here. Let's go ahead and get into what all it really has. Now, that was the main reason for me to want to jump on this, is how deep this is. This is an incredibly deep bag. Throw the tape on here. We're coming in at 14.5 inches deep in the actual bucket portion of this. So for me, that's fantastic. It's going to cover a lot more sharp edges and everything in my truck, keep things a little more contained, and I can stand up taller items. Now, this does take the Vswap panels. So if you want to take your panels out, woo, kind of reminds you of tearing apart something from Vera, doesn't it? So you have these Vswap panels, and this is the tool panel that's in it right here. It has 3 strips of Velcro right here, and inside the bag it will have 3 strips of contact also. And this also keeps your tools up off the bottom, and they're in these plastic kind of material instead of it being cloth. So if you get water in your bag or you're throwing wet tools back in, hopefully you're not getting everything in the bag messed up at the same time. Now the other part, of course we have our little Veto sticker in here. The other side, if you go ahead and pop it out, some heavy duty Velcro all the way down there. Okay, so this side actually has one that's hollow all the way through, and this is to hold like your map gas torch and things like that. So I could really probably use one of these more because I do a lot more PEX than anything soldering. I do carry a kit like that just when I need it though. So I don't know, this one, it'll be fine because you can even go ahead and stand those tall tools up that you want to actually have hit the bottom of your bag to stay as low as possible. They can drop right through there, and that'll at least keep them a little bit restrained. So that's probably what I'll use it for. But just nice Vswap panels. You can get some different ones for this if you want. And what's kind of cool in this bag is you have these flaps right here. So when you put your Vswap panel in, that actually folds over the top of the panel and sticks to this Velcro right here. So you don't end up with an edge like you can sometimes have on the LC bags and different ones like that with the Vswap. You don't accidentally reach to put a tool back in and start delaminating your Velcro there, you know, jamming it in behind or something. It's actually got it rolled over so you don't do that with this particular bag. So just a nicely well thought out little setup. Now, the sides in here have pouches, but they're just, you know, it's just slots, like right, well, if I can get it where you can actually see what I'm talking about. You just have pouches here, same on the other side, where, you know, you could slide in pliers, cobras, whatever you want, would slide kind of just right there in those little areas on the side like that. So nothing too crazy with that. I really like, the openness of this. I wouldn't have even been opposed to just taking all the panels out and sticking everything straight down in, but we're going to run it this way for a little bit and see. So here on the outside, you do still have, you know, your little spots right here where you can stick little items that you need. There is a double one here and 2 little singles, so if you need your Milwaukee ink saws and that kind of thing on the outside, it's nice and easy. They do have a nice doubled up, almost, I don't know if it's leather or rubber or what, on this one that you can clip onto, and then your normal tape style clip right here. If you have your tape measures, your little levels, whatever. And then you can stick your Teflon tape, your electrical tape, any of that right here on the little loop that they have, and of course a D-ring. Since I don't use the handles, I usually end up putting things on the little Night Eyes keychains right off of there. Comes in super handy for that. And you've got these little pouches all the way around. There's a little double. There's a double at the top and 2 little singles there. So you can load this thing up, and it has the exact same on both ends that it has on the front and back too. So you've got the same 2 clips here that we had here on the other end. So lots of neat options. Really nice heavy leather handle, just like we have on a lot of the Veto bags. This one has the plastic handle here, rubber, really heavy as well. But if you've had the leather handles on some of your other bags, like your drill bag and stuff like that, it's pretty much the exact same handle. So just a handy little bag. I think it's going to do what I need it to do, which is lighten this bag up and get all the tall, long tools out of it and just kind of get this to be a little bit more manageable. But have you guys bought any of these wrencher bags? I'm curious what you ended up running. This is like the smallest one, I believe. They do have an all the way up to like a double XL even. That's an absolute monster. But for me, I need stuff that will fit, you know, in the back seat of my truck. And I'm really not a fan of how heavy some of this stuff is getting. I did end up keeping my OTMC, and I may end up making it a dedicated PEX bag or something like that. I've got to get some of this broken up because, man, plumbing tools get heavy in a hurry. And with all the rentals and stuff that I service every day, it seems like I need these tools more than almost anything else on the truck. But thank you guys for being here. I will have these things linked down below. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that while you're here. You know you want to see more tool videos every week. We'll look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.